Hola, clase de español uno, dos, y tres. This video is going out to all three classes for a very specific reason. This opening video is just instructional for how we're going to move forward. So I'm just going to show you a few things in Google Classroom for where things are going to exist, share a couple of norms that we're looking for within the Google Classroom environment, and just to kind of give you a brief primer, like an overview of what's going on. I'm sure you probably heard this several times from other instructors at this point, but for our first week of official instruction, which is this week, the one that we're in, the emphasis is not really supposed to be so much on content. It's more like just getting things up and running. So I want to be sure before we jump right into chapter 8.2, which is our actual chapter that we were about to begin with before we were sent to stay at home. I want to make sure that you know how to navigate what things you're going to be looking at, what to look out for, and the like. Okay, so let's just. I want to focus on three main areas. Area number one is going to be the Google Classroom environment, like what to look for. Okay. Item number two are the specific assignments and things that you're going to see within there. And then the third item are just the intent of these videos. So number one is the Google Classroom environment. When you guys log on, you have a slightly different view than I do. A quick note, I don't want to put the cart before the horse on this one. I do want you to be logging in on your student.stcs emails, your school emails. We're finding that a lot of people sometimes are having trouble accessing Google Classroom items if they're logged in any other Gmail account other than their student.stcs one. So we're working to hammer out those details, but just a little PSA for you, okay? So first of all, when you get in here, this is my view. This is like the teacher view, so it has like the join code for first hour. If you're viewing this from any other classroom that's not first hour, don't use this as your join code, of course. This is just for first hour only. They're my guinea pigs. I've always been trying stuff out of them all year, so they're used to me doing this sort of thing. Hi, first hour. This is your first shout out. Anyway, this area in here where it says stream, where you can post things, and there's areas for student comments as well, I encourage you guys to ask questions in there. So this can be a live and dynamic area. This is our virtual classroom. There's a reason they call it Google Classroom instead of Google Distance Learning at home while you're bored. So treat it like a classroom, ask questions, even those questions that I don't like you to ask, but we end up talking about anyways. Feel free to throw them out there, okay? So this is the quote-unquote safe space, right? Feel free to do that. Your only parameters are as they would normally be in class. Anything, so long as it's school appropriate, right? So, and I suppose I should probably throw out there too that school inappropriate items that are shared or posted or put on here in any way, those will eventually get taken down by me and you get removed from the class. So you don't get to participate in the rest of it. So just make sure to, have fun with it, but also keep it in that realm of school appropriateness. So just wanted to share that with you. So where you can put in comments and class comments, feel free to share with the class. No big deal. Now this is the first time I put in last week, just a little hello, welcome back. We're going to be doing online learning. Some of your other instructors may have done this. Above this, starting this Friday, you're going to see a new thing. When I say this Friday, I guess maybe that's today for some of you. But you'll usually see 3 or 4 items posted up here. One of them will be a video. I'm also sending you the link to the video also because I saved them in YouTube rather than on a local desktop. But that will be in there. There'll also be some notes and vocabulary items for the week. These are the same things that I would have passed out to you in class, right? So, for example, let me show you one here if I can find it. I think I got it around here somewhere. There it is. So you would see, this is a Spanish 3 item right here. And I would go through so you would see this, so you could follow along at home when I say, a lo mejor, es difícil que, es fácil que, es imposible que. And for some of the classes, I give definitions with that. I haven't been doing it with Spanish 3, just for time purposes. But you could use, I will put that document, that blank document on there for you to print out in advance so that you could follow along and fill it in if you want. Okay. Another item that you're going to see is the notes. These are the notes that, like the slides that I would normally throw up during class. So you would have access to this. I'm sharing it to you the same way that I would in class. The difference is you're not copying a few things down. You can just simply follow along with them and watch me teach in this environment. So, for example, this is again a Spanish 3. You can tell I was doing Spanish 3 videos earlier. So the subjunctive after impersonal impressions and some different expressions that you might use as triggers for the subjunctive. And I like that new transition. That's a good one. Anyways, so you'll see some of these as well. That's kind of fun. I'll go ahead and click out of this real quickly for you. So you will see those items. Now, the problem is they are shared in Microsoft Word and they're shared in Microsoft PowerPoint as well. You can open them in other programs. So if it's a Microsoft Word, it will open any of these documents that are vocab lists will open in Pages. They will open in Google Docs as well, and it will also open as a preview or a PDF, depending on what kind of computer you have. So even though it's sent and saved in these specific types of files, you'll be able to access them in different ways if you need to. Even these PowerPoint documents. Sometimes, if you don't have PowerPoint on your computer, it'll still open it as a PDF. You can hit open with Adobe PDF Reader or something like that, and you'll still be able to view them and print them out and follow along and the like. So I just wanted you to be familiar with those types of items. So at the top of our stream, a stream is kind of like either your story or your timeline, or it depends on what kind of social media you're using, whether you're an Insta person or if you're into Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Generally speaking, this is the spot where all this stuff happens. So look for those items there. You'll look for a vocab sheet. You'll look for the document that has your notes as well. That's going to be in PowerPoint. You'll have a video. There'll also be an assignment. There'll be a fourth item in there as well. And that assignment is just going to be me telling you to do something. I'm going to try to average just one assignment a week. There might be a week or two where I do a couple extra things. And there might be one where the assignment is super ridiculously easy. Kind of like the one for week 1 this Friday. Just be mindful of that. Understand that that's how we work with it. And feel free to, if you have questions on this, you can send emails to me. You can post them here in the stream. And in some of our documents, there's a spot where we can have some discussions off to the side, like private side comments for your assignments. Just look for those. All right, look for those spaces, and I will always try to access them as well. And for the first week, it's just to kind of generate that dialogue, to get you comfortable working in this environment, and for me to post a few things to you as well. I actually did quite a bit of Google Classroom a couple of years ago. I kind of got away from it because this environment, as you are finding in your different dealings with some of your instructors, it's a little clunky and a little quirky, and you run into some small hang-ups here and there. We're going to work through those now because we have to, or we get to. I guess it depends on your point of view, right? So anyways, I realize that many of you guys scrub through this stuff and that you just look for the still frame to copy stuff down, and you probably don't really enjoy watching 10-minute videos of me every single week. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off of this one really quickly. I hope that you actually watch the whole thing to the end. I will try to shy away from giving assignments within the videos. I'm going to keep them separate within Google Classroom. They'll live right here in the stream, okay? Again, once you see this video, feel free to start livening up our classroom a little bit by either sharing items, thoughts, questions for me. I would love it in the perfect world if you kept it super professional and just asked class-based questions within our stream. But every once in a while, if you want to throw something else out there, like let's pretend, for instance, we're in 4th hour, you know who you are, and you want to ask some derailing question because you're trying to, not work for an extra 5 minutes. I'll entertain those, but please keep them few and far between. Anyways, I hope that everyone is well. I hope you guys are healthy in your neck of the woods. We're doing fine over here. And so we're going to go ahead and sign off. I hope all is well, like I said. And if you have any questions, need anything, comments, questions, concerns, feel free to email me at mtmoore@stcs.org. It's embedded right here in Google Classroom as well, and we should be in good shape. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Signing off. Ciao.